I'm Dougal MacTavish. I'm the Chief Warden of Monkwee Wildlife Reserve, which is a private wildlife reserve in the northwest province of South Africa.
I'm Lynne MacTavish from Monkwee Wildlife Reserve and Endangered Rhino Conservation. Monkwee Wildlife Reserve wasn't born out of convenience. It was born out of a calling to protect the wild animals that live on this site. Our journey began decades ago when my dad, Dougal MacTavish, had this vision of creating a redundant piece of land around an explosives factory into a wildlife reserve.
Well, I was working in the explosive factory and I realised the potential of this big area of land and bush surrounding the factory that was unutilised, and I visualised using it to start a game reserve and wildlife reserve on the site here.
His bravery and forward thinking has created this ecosystem that is thriving, that is home to 53 species of animals, large mammals, small mammals, invertebrates, and an abundance of birds.
There were many challenges, and one of the things was that there was no water on the site, and before I could do much, I had to get a reliable water supply for all the animals because it was a very dry area. And also, there were no roads, so I had to construct a road network. My friend and I started raising funds privately, first of all to put in water supplies, and also we needed a road network. We also decided to raise funds to buy 4 white rhino and a couple of giraffe. I managed to also fund the introduction of new species.
Managing 5,000 hectares and being responsible for 2,000 animals would be impossible without the help of volunteers, rhino monitors, and our amazing Monkwee team. Over the years, we've welcomed and educated thousands of ecology and biology students. We've taught them not only the science of the bush, but the soul of it, how to manage entire ecosystems, how to read the land, and how to protect it. It's been such a rewarding journey to empower these students to go out into the world to fight for endangered species, to care for our delicate planet, and to become the voice of the voiceless. Together we have fought fires, chased down poachers, unloaded and distributed thousands of grass bales, wept together when we have lost animals, and celebrated the births and the small victories. These experiences that we share will bond us for life and have given so many of us a purpose and a place to call home.
Completely underestimated the effect that the introduction of these rhino would have on me and my family and a lot of other people. I obviously knew that they would breed, but I never realised how successful we would be, and then I never foresaw this major poaching crisis that was going to come in quite a few years later. We've got a huge area to manage, And when we started off, we were very small. We didn't have many people at all, but gradually we accumulated friends and volunteers, and the Monkey family grew, and we were receiving financial support and all sorts of things. So we managed to keep ourselves going, and it really helped us to get through it all.
No matter what is happening in the world, nature is always consistent. It grounds us, and that's why it's important to fight for it. When we introduced 4 rhinos 30 years ago, we had no idea what a life-changing moment that would be.
You know, when the first rhino were poached here, it was terrible. It was like losing members of your family.
Sorry. So the day we lost Cheeky Cow, Winnie and Charlie changed Monkey forever. It stole our peace, and it plunged our rhinos into the worst war that we've ever experienced. The impacts it had on our team, on my family, have been far-reaching. But it's not all bad. The most amazing people have come into our life because of the rhinos, and they have given us so much in return. But that day, finding those animals and seeing what they'd gone through while we slept in our beds a few kilometers away from where they were killed, and seeing how they died and how they suffered, will live with all of us forever. We weren't sure how we'd pick ourselves up from that. We didn't know how to carry on. But it was the support and the strength from the Monkey family that got us through, that gave us options to carry on. You helped us establish an anti-poaching team with guys and dogs, and you help us, and still do every year, trim their horns to give them a 90% better chance of survival. During the dark COVID days, just when we thought things couldn't get any worse, we were hit by poachers again. And this time, they killed Rain and her 5-month-old calf, Maggie. This brought us to our knees, because it felt like the 12 years that we'd spent protecting them had all been for nothing, and we honestly did not know where to go from there. And especially as it was COVID and there was no income at all.
It was through all the support that we received, I was able to keep going and not really despair about it. But then I had to re-examine everything we were doing and try to do it a different way to combat these poachers, because we didn't have nearly enough people on the ground to keep out the poachers. So with our support from all our friends, we managed to do that.
And we've done that together. It would not have been possible without the help of everyone. And so it really has been a team effort. And it is going to be a team effort if we're going to keep these animals alive. Last year, we faced the worst drought in 100 years. It was absolutely devastating, literally watching the animals starve to death and dying in front of us. There was no grass, there was no water. and there was no way of keeping these animals alive. But within hours of appealing to you for help, the first trucks of grass bales rolled in, and we were able to feed the animals and bring them through the drought. "30 years have passed, and my dad and I have stood together, but it's only because of our amazing anti-poaching scouts, rangers, and our management team that we're still here today. We could never have got through the past 30 years without their help."
Yeah, people ask me if I'm proud of what's been achieved here in Monkey. It's all been a great team effort. Without all our support, people probably don't realize how important it is to have psychological support when you think you're fighting on your own.
And now, as we look to the future, we know we need to expand. We need to find land of our own, land where we know the rhinos will have a safe haven for the rest of their life. And we know we can survive anything because we have the best family supporting us. We thank you for standing by us over the past 30 years, and we thank you for your unwavering support. And we ask you once again to take this journey with us and to realize our dreams with us and to provide our rhinos with a safe haven for the rest of their lives.